Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Marcio White. A lot of people know me as Mo. I'm 28 and I'm an apprentice electrician. So I've been in the construction industry for about 5 or 6 years now, but I'm actually entering my third term as an apprentice, so about 3 years in the electrical field. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm really just here for the money. Electricians get paid really well. I'm not an electrician yet, but I understand that, we do get paid very well. So I'm looking forward to that. But apart from the money aspect, I'm a very detail-oriented person. So I always enjoy the process of, seeing all the little steps taken that it takes to, wire up a light fixture or putting plugs in and stuff. I like those little details, so that's what kind of gets me going. I think I've overcome probably one of the biggest obstacles, which is really just getting into the trade. Being in the IBEW is a process within itself, so the fact that I even got here, that was quite an obstacle for me. Because a lot of the times with people that I talk to, guys, they know somebody. It's either, their dad got them in, or their brother or their uncle or whatever. There's some sort of connection within the union that gets guys in. Whereas for me, I didn't know anybody. And just being black alone, that's an obstacle within itself. But, thank God I think I've overcome that. Well, thankfully, one of the biggest steps that I took was actually taking a certificate program at Sheridan, just to see if I even liked being an electrician. And taking that certificate program, it definitely helped me get an advantage over guys that were applying to be in the same position I am. So that definitely something I would recommend to anybody is, take some sort of course or some sort of training to see if you actually like what it is you're about to get into. One of the major skills I learned in this trade is you have to be detail oriented. Can't stress that enough. I've witnessed it. I've heard horror stories of guys not paying attention to the small little details and they wire something wrong, and all of a sudden they turn on power and boom, something blows up or something gets fried, something malfunctions. So definitely paying attention to those small little details, that's key. Another thing is also to just be very attentive and be like a sponge, soak in everything that guys are trying to tell you, because a lot of the time guys aren't speaking just to hear themselves talk. They actually want to teach you and make sure you learn something as you work and you progress in your apprenticeship. So my favorite part of this career is actually taking the knowledge that I have from being on the job at work and putting it into my own jobs out in the field and doing my own little projects on the side. The beauty of this trade is that, I can go out and actually do side jobs and, generate a little bit more cash flow that way. So that's always a plus. I definitely take pride in knowing that what I'm doing for people is up to electrical standards, and it's also aesthetically pleasing, and it's something that they wanted, and I can do that for them. One of my least favorite parts definitely was the mornings. I wasn't always a morning person, but you get used to it and it comes with the territory. So I'm much more of a morning person now than I was before. And then also being an apprentice, you really start at the very bottom of the totem pole. But as you progress and you go to school and things like that, guys will treat you a little better because you're progressing, and yeah, things get better, and the money definitely gets better too. One of the things that I enjoy about this trade is that every day doesn't have to be the same. Things can always change from one day to the next, so you're never really doing the same thing over and over again. Depending on where you are in the project, you could be knee deep in the trenches, digging in the mud to run pipe, to pull wire and stuff like that. The next day you could be 30 feet in the air pulling wire through that same conduit. So it really does depend on where you are in the project, but I definitely enjoy the variety that we have in this trade. So maintaining a work-life balance, so far it's been pretty easy. Typically we work Monday to Friday, 7 to 3 or 7 to 4, depending on the job. Sometimes we'll even finish on a Thursday and have a 3-day weekend. So having that work-life balance, it's been easy for me so far. I can't complain. I can still have my social life. I can still, do my workouts, go out for my jogs in the evening. I can meet up with my boys. I can go play ball. Yeah, so far it's been easy. So in the long term, I definitely like to own my own business. I'd like to go out and do my own jobs and create my own clientele. It's still quite a process to get there, but I'm definitely more than willing and able to do it. And being a young black man in this sort of industry definitely motivates me a little bit more, because like I said, you don't see much color in this trade. So I definitely want to be that person. After I get my license, I'd like to work a little bit, do what I have to do, and then go get my master's, because once I get my master's, sky's the limit, and by God's grace, I'll definitely get there. My motivation right now is actually to just finish my hours. For an apprentice electrician, it's 9,000 hours. So when you break it down and do the math, it's about 5 years of Monday to Friday, 40 hours a week. So it does seem like a lot, but I definitely enjoy the grind of it. I'm a morning person, so I don't mind getting up early in the morning. And yeah, I enjoy that grind. I enjoy that that process, because that's what keeps me going. What inspires me right now is just the idea of change, changing what it looks like to be an electrician. A lot of the time, you go in the field and there's not many people that look like me, right? Men or women that look like me in the field. So I definitely I'd like to inspire that change and, show guys that, hey, a black guy can do this, or a black woman can do this. I think the main advice that I would give someone is to definitely take some time, do your research. If there's a course or a program available that you can take to get your feet wet, definitely do that, because a lot of the time people get into the trade and they realize, oh shoot, this isn't what I wanted to do. And by that time it's like they wasted their time, they wasted their money, they wasted their energy in doing something that they ultimately didn't want to do in the beginning. So I think definitely taking your time and doing your research, making sure this is something that you want to do.